Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video Cyrus injects Lucky with Digitalist. Cyrus confesses everything to Elizabeth Wright before injecting spoiler with Digitalist today on General Hospital. Curtis deals with an unwanted patron at the Savoy. Drew surprises Willow. And Brad and Lucas spend some time together. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At Carly's, she and Brennan toast with champagne, which Carly notes is the same one they had in Germany. They then share a passionate kiss. They are interrupted when Donna cries out for her mom. Carly brings Dawn out, and she explains that she had a bad dream. Donna wonders why they have bad dreams. Brennan tells her that dreams are movies their brains show them when they sleep, and when we have bad ones, it means something is bothering us. She wonders how he knows so much. Brennan explains that he studied psychology as part of his job. Carly eventually sends Donna to bed when their conversation turns to espionage. Brennan then gets a text that makes him unhappy. Carly returns from putting Donna to sleep, and Jack tells her something came up with work, and he has to go. They agree to pick this up another time and kiss. At Bobby's, Joss calls Hunter to take over her shift, as she has something important to do. Gio and Emma show up, and Emma hopes to get a few minutes of Joss time. Emma asks Joss to join her organization against animal cruelty. Joss is interested but excuses herself to deal with a customer. Joss returns to Emma and Gio, and Emma wants Joss to be an underwriter for the benefit for the student council and give a speech. Joss says she doesn't have the time and is going through a lot right now, but she'll have her family donate. Emma says she could really make a difference as she is connected to so many important families in Port Charles. Joss says if she can help, she will, but right now she's going through a lot. Gio apologizes for ambushing her at work. Joss ends up leaving, and Gio tells Emma her approach really needs some work. However, he loves how passionate is about the things she cares about, and admits he enjoys her company. Chase confides in Dante. Dante runs into Chase at Bobby's. It turns out Brooklyn had to run off because there was a crisis at Deception. They grab a table and talk about Chase's performance at the Savoy. Dante can see something is troubling Chase, and Chase admits he can't give his wife the one thing she wants. Chase confesses that he can't give Brooklyn a family. Dante doesn't know if he wants to hear this, but there is more than one way to have a family. Chase knows, and he wants Brooklyn to be a mom, and he wants to be a dad. However, they are still dealing with this news. Dante says for what it's worth, he thinks he'll be a great dad. Chase decides he should get home to Brooklyn and departs. At Deception, Lulu is dealing with an irate caller when Brooklyn arrives to take over. She deals with the call and then scolds Lulu for bothering her when Maxie could have dealt with this. Lulu didn't want to ruin Maxie and Spinelli's first Valentine's Day back together. Brooklyn fumes, "So you ruined mine?" Brooklyn tells Lulu if she paid attention at this job, she'd know how things work and how to handle upset clients. She can't go calling clients irrational and impatient, which had the caller even more upset than why they called, which was due to a money transfer not going through. Lulu lashes out at Brooklyn for messing up colossally throughout her life, and in the end, she has a perfect life, a perfect job she doesn't deserve, a perfect husband who she'll have perfect kids with. So, and if she's not getting what she wants, it's her own fault. Suddenly, Dante shows up and asks what is going on. Brooklyn says she's out of here, and Lulu is all Dante's. He lets her know he ran into Chase, who is on his way home. Lulu about what she said to Brooklyn. She says only what she deserved and rehashes her words. He says she needs to lighten up on BLQ, and there are things going on she doesn't understand. Lulu complains that Brooklyn's life is heaven compared to hers right now. Dante says that's not the case and to cut her some slack. Lulu presses him as to why she should, so Dante reveals Chase and Brooklyn found out they can't have kids. Portia tells Curtis how great this night has been when suddenly Drew and Willow arrive. Curtis calls this a massive show of disrespect. Portia doesn't understand how Willow can't see what a lousy guy Drew is. Portia suggests he not ruin the night by fighting with Drew. Willow and Drew get a table and spot Brad and Lucas at the bar. Willow wonders why Lucas is with Brad on Valentine's Day. At the bar, Brad feels he's getting the stink eye from Willow, which is something given she is on a date with her husband's uncle. Lucas says it's not their problem. Curtis tells Nneka that Congressman Quartermain will no longer be welcomed here in the future, and he'll take care of him for the night. Back at their table, Willow can't believe Lucas is with Brad, given what Brad did to Lucas and Whaley. She also complains about how Lucas was rude to her on Christmas. Suddenly, Curtis interrupts and tells Drew that he doesn't want him here. Brad and Lucas talk about how hard it is to be judged, and Lucas notes Willow doesn't look so happy for someone in love. Brad can understand, as Willow has guilt, and whether you deserve it or not, lonely is lonely. Meanwhile, Curtis tells Drew he's not welcome here, which Drew can't believe. Curtis says he is just playing Drew's game now. Drew says they'll take their business elsewhere. Drew returns to Willow and says they are leaving, which she was expecting, but he says he has a better surprise for her. Portia checks in on Brad and asks if he's having a good Valentine's Day. He says he is, and Portia says she'll see him at work. She returns to Curtis and tells him that she's going to put all this bad stuff with Brad behind her and focus on him and what's good. Drew takes Willow to his new house and says Maxie helped him with the decor. He hopes she likes it. She loves it. He says it's not just a home for him and Scout, but also for her and their kids. He asks her to move in with him. At Liz's house, Cyrus appears at her door and tells Liz they have to talk. It's urgent and this can't wait. Cyrus barges in, and she tells him that he is making her uncomfortable. He assumes she'd be excited to see him, as she's been asking around about him. He is giving her the opportunity to ask her questions to his face. Liz says she is tired, but he won't leave until they discuss why she's asking so many questions about him at Turning Woods and GH. Liz starts at the beginning and asks, "Why did you try to kill Lulu?" Cyrus says Lulu was in a coma with no hope, and as a nurse, she has seen people hooked up to machines with no chance at recovering. Liz has seen families have to make the hard choice to take their family off life support, and in the end, it's a gift. She gets it now. Lulu is his family, and he wanted to end her pain. Liz asks, "But what about the others?" Cyrus cries that in God's eyes, they are all family, and he was given the ability to free these trapped souls. He cries that Lulu was entitled to the beauty of heaven, and her family was letting her stay in that coma and barely visited her. Liz asks, "So that's why you turned off her ventilator?" He says no, that was much later. Cyrus says he picked the wrong medication for Lulu initially, and it made her liver fail and drew attention to his work. Liz says she understands Lulu and the others, but why Sam? He explains Sam's donation got in the way of the Lord's will, and there was no telling if it would work. Killing her was the consequence of her interfering in God's plan. He says in freeing Sam, he learned about Digitalis, which is quick and painless. He had to continue his work, and no one knew the Lord would return Lulu to them. Liz then asks why Dex. Cyrus says Dex saw him near Sam's room, and Dex almost killed him once on Sonny's orders. He had forgiven Dex for that long ago and insists that there was no malice in his heart towards Officer Heller. We then see a flashback, Cyrus visiting Dex's body in the morgue and removing his hospital band. Cyrus tells Liz he had to remove Dex for the mission to continue. Liz realizes that's why he also wanted to free Michael, because he was in pain. She also knows about his mother, and Cyrus says Martin won't let him set her free, and he keeps her trapped in a bed and suffering. Liz tells him that she sees what he is doing is just another type of healing. Cyrus thanks her for understanding his mission. Cyrus says nothing must jeopardize the mission, so he is sorry but must do this. He pulls out a syringe as she cries, "No, there must be another way."